Hello everybody and welcome back to the More Freedom series. Today we are here at the Nashville Superspeedway for the Mooneyes 75. This is going to be race number 20 in the More Freedom series season 2, and the points race is just getting heated up as we go into fall. And let's go through those points real fast. Your points leader is still going to be the number 25 of JTM. And second place will be the 96 of Nico. Third will be the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. Fourth will be the 33 of ZWTF. Fifth will be the 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal. Sixth will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Seventh will be the 72 of Duchess. Eighth will be the 00 of Mud Mode. Ninth will be the 07 of Douchebaggins. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be the number 13 of King of the Aces. So as you can see, 191 points separate first and 10th right now, and JTM with only a 3-point lead over Nico, and between first and fifth is only 100 points, so anything can happen in these last 5 races, and I'm really excited to see what happens here. But let's go through qualifying real fast. Starting on the pole is going to be the number 69 of Arco Creates, and on his outside the 95 of Zed Brenna. Starting third will be the 55 of Ida, and on her outside, the 660 of Garrett Miller. Starting fifth will be the 66 of Syndicate J, and on his outside, the 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal. Starting seventh will be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer, and on his outside, the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Starting ninth will be the 96 of Nico 2588, and on his outside, the number 6 of Ice Cream Some Days. Starting 11th will be the 25 of JTM 2588, and on his outside, the 80 of Hog Eric. Starting 13th will be the 07 of Douchebaggins, and on his outside, the 799 of Mike Check. Starting 15th will be the 88 of NM2588, and on his outside, the 00 of Mudbone. Starting 17th will be the 32 of Heck of a Doober, and on his outside, the 619 of Balls Deep. Starting 19th will be the number 30 of Corvette Stingray, and on his outside, the 47 of Dom Kizzle. Starting 21st will be the 19 of XJ Snake, and on his outside, the 22 of Sailor Spoopy Moon. Starting 23rd will be the number 13 of King of the Aces, and on his outside, the number 7 of Seabass. Starting 25th will be the 49 of Jetman, and on his outside, the 10 of It's Some Alien. Starting 27th will be the number 40 of Veteran Chaos, and on his outside, the 33 of ZWTF. Starting 29th will be the 999 of Deviant, and on his outside, the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Starting 31st will be the number 20 of Adam B5000, and on his outside, the 23 of Fuller Than You. Starting 33rd will be the 72 of Duchess, and on her outside, the number 3 of Geek Girl Games. Starting 35th will be the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper, and on his outside, the 300 of Resemble. Starting 37th will be the 34 of Super Snake, and on his outside, the 42 of Mom Games Hard. Starting 39th will be the number 11 of TC Roberts, and on his outside, the 420 of Queen of Hearts. And in the last row, shotgun on the field, starting 41st will be the 51 of AJM 2588, and on his outside, the 911 of Danny Cybex. So that's your starting lineup today for this Mooneyes 75 here at the Nashville Superspeedway. I think I'm excited to see this race happen. It's going to be fantastic. So let's go racing. Again, let's go through your starting top 10 again real quick. Starting on the pole is going to be the 69 and Arco Creates. Second will be the 95 of Zed Brenna. Third will be the 55 of Ida. Fourth will be the 660 of Garrett Miller. Fifth will be the 66 of Syndicate J. Sixth will be the 187 of Johnny T. Homicidal. Seventh will be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Eighth will be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Ninth will be the 96 of Nico 2588. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be the number 6 of Ice Cream Some Days. So a couple familiar faces up here at the front of the field with Arco Creates in there. Looks like KFB Racing is throwing a couple hats into the ring with KFB and Jamal starting in the top 10. You also have a couple Aces. Well, I think I said Aces to Zed Motorsports. Yeah, Aces to Zed's got a couple cars. We got MBR with a couple cars. But, and Duber Racing with a couple cars here too. So As we come down, that 69 of Arco Creates is going to lead us down to the green flag here at Nashville. And we're going to see what happens as this race goes, as Arco leads us down into turn 1. And right behind him is going to be the 55 of Ida. Zed pushing up high into the turn. That high line is maybe possibly going to work today. We'll see what happens as Ida is falling right behind the 69 of Arco Creates down into turn 1. Right behind her is going to be that 66 of Syndicate J. Coming out of turn 3 and 4, your leader for lap number 1 is going to be the 69 of Arco Creates. But Ida already trying to take away the lead right now as she's down to the inside of the 69, getting pushed along by that 66 of Syndicate J. Right behind them is going to be that number 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Again, KFB Racing put on a fantastic show last week at Daytona, and as of right now, KFB is getting into the mix and trying to get up there to the front. He's not had a great season this year, was running 38th in points at one point. I think he might be 39th now. But Syndicate J now down to the inside of the 55 of Ida. Ida glaring at him through the window as J down to the bottom, and here comes that 71 of Kung Fu Beer right behind Syndicate J. You're now leader. Let's get your timing and scoring up. As always, top 10 on the left. Your favorite driver will be scrolling across the top. As we go down into turns 1 and 2, first place is going to be that 66 of Syndicate J. Right behind him is going to be that 71 of Kung Fu Beer in second. Down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. Out of 3 and 4, your leader still going to be that 66 of Syndicate J. Down to the front stretch in the tri-oval. We'll jump back through the field and see what's going on here in the back. And look like Kung Fu Beer was thinking about making that pass on the 66 of Syndicate J. I think he's going to need a little bit of drafting help by the 96 of Nico to get underneath him, but we'll see what happens as we go down to turns 3 and 4. Looks like Jay's running about mid groove right here through the turns. Like I said, that high line is not quite as fast as the low line here at Nashville. As I don't know, we're going to see what happens. Beer is working hard to get up there to behind that 66. So we'll see what happens there. Let's jump back through the field, see what's going on back here as King of the Aces now down underneath that number 88 of NM. Followed right behind King is going to be the 49 of Jetman and that number 40 of Veteran Chaos. And there's the pole sitter, the 69 of Arco Creates, who finally able to get that back down to the bottom of the track. Stop the bleeding of him falling back in the order. Jumping back through this field, Ida's falling back as well right now, stuck on that outside line. That low line is just going to freight train underneath the top line as there's the 19 of XJ Snake getting passed by the number 6 of Ice Cream Some Days. Ice Cream currently running in the 18th position. She started top 10 today, but again, that outside line is just painful sometimes here. XJ thinking about needs to get back to the bottom of the track. There's last week's winner, that number 30 of Corvette Stingray. Corvette going to try to work his way up. And looking through 3 wide right now, the 34, the 187, and the 911 of Danny Cybex. Precariously 3 wide down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Right underneath him is going to be that 420 of Queen of Hearts and the 911. Basically getting pushed around that number 34 of Super Snake right now as Johnny's hanging on the outside of the 34. The 95 of Zed Brunna, again, started second, is now way back here due to being on the outside. As the same with the 80 of Hog Eric as he's working underneath. The 23 is working underneath him along with the 29, and there's the 1 of Jamal Jackson. Your leader on the track still going to be the number 66 of Syndicate J. Jumping back through this field, we'll see what happens as when pit stops happen. As currently in last is going to be the number 300 of Resemble, who did not cause an accident last week after starting on the pole, and it's not caused an accident this week. It's now the 71 of Kung Fu Beer, now underneath the 66 of Syndicate J, down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. Followed right behind him is going to be the 96 of Nico. And right behind Nico is going to be our points leader, the 25. So Jay on the outside, the 25 of JTM down to the bottom. Your leader on the track is going to be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. That is going, I'm not sure if that, how many laps KFB has led this year. It can't be too many, but yeah, so your leader on the track right now is going to be the number 71 of Kung Fu Beer in that Limerita Ford for KFB Racing. Again, last week KFB had a great set of cars up at the front, and so far this week, KFB himself has pushed his way up from the starting position of 7th up to the lead. But second place in points at 96 of Nico 2588 is he absolutely needs to get around KFB and at least lead a lap here, as he's 3 points behind JTM. If he can finish if he finishes in front of JTM by a couple positions, and even if neither one of them leads a lap, that could put Nico into the points lead. But also, I mean, the 36 is Nail Clipper Flipper. I'm sorry, the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper, who's only 36 points behind. Same thing. So Nail Clipper is currently running in the 11th position. But obviously we still have those things where the cars go into the pits. Yeah, pit stops. Yeah, those things. We still have pit stops to happen today, as the 799 of Mike Check underneath that 07 of Douchebaggins. 66 Syndicate J back to the bottom of the track, going to try to work his way back up to the front. As you'll recall, that 799 had a great run last week as well at Daytona. Battled it out with Corvette Stingray for a little while for the lead. Led a few laps, Mike Check did, and if it wasn't for NM being that rolling roadblock last week, you may have seen that 799 win the races. As Kung Fu Beer has put on about a half a second on second place of that 96 of Nico 2588. 14 laps down here. Probably start seeing pit stops here. I'm actually not sure when we'll start seeing pit stops, but I would guess it's probably going to be coming up pretty soon, as it looks like the tires are going away on that number 96. Jump back through this field. The 49 of Jetman push underneath that 66 of Syndicate J. And here comes that 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. Flipper working to try to get underneath the 66 of Syndicate J. It looks like that's going to be for around the 10th position. Timing and scoring hasn't quite updated yet, so right around the 10th position right now is Nail Clipper Flipper. After he started way back. He started 35th today. So Nail Clipper has worked up from 35th to 10th right now. Again, jumping back through this field. KFB kind of running away with it right now, as the 69 of Arco Creates finally able to start moving his way back up to the front. He has led one lap today, currently running in the 11th position. And the 420 of Queen of Hearts, starting in 40th today, has now made her way up to the 13th position, along with the 42 of Mom Games Hard, who started 38th. Jump back through this field. Here comes that 23 of Fuller Than You. We saw him a few laps ago trying to work around the number 80 of Hog Eric, and he has now worked his way up to the 18th position. Eric currently running 41st right now. Tough break on the outside for that 80 of Hog Eric, as the 7 of Seabass now down to the inside of the number 95 of Zed Brunna. Jump back up towards the front here, see what's going on, as the 96 is starting to reel in that number 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Looks like Nico has now worked his way up the line, the driving line, into about the middle of the turn and from being on the bottom. So he's slowly catching up to the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. gained a couple tenths of a second on him the last couple laps. We'll wait for the scoring to update and see how close he is right now, but definitely running down that 71 to Kung Fu Beer right now. Again, Beer's still your leader. He's led 9 of the laps today as we have pit stops on the track. Pit stops on the track as the 71 of Kung Fu Beer, the 96 is in. Your leader now is going to be that number 799 of Mike Check. Mike Check, the leader on the track. Right behind him is going to be that 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper, and behind Flipper is going to be the 999 of Deviant. As you'll recall, the Deviant led a lot of laps at Pocono this year, where Flipper eventually won that race. So, man, those two are coming in. Probably the rest of the field is coming in right now. We'll hang with this 799 as he comes in for the pits. So Mike Check is your leader. He's down into the pits. He's got to make a long drive down. He's started 14th on the day. You can see the 29 and the 999 with a little bit of contact. There's the 799 having to slow down for the 22 of Sailor Spoopy Moon. There's the number 80 of Hog Eric. Left side tires on him. Fuel going in for the 80, and he's down and away. Right side is on for the 799 of Mike Check. Left side tires going on. Fuel going into that 799 right now. There's the 57 coming out. 799 down and away. Here comes your leaders. Looks like it's going to be the 50 or the 71 of Kung Fu Beer coming out of the pits. Your leader on the track is going to be that 71 of Kung Fu Beer right now. Second place will still be that 96 of Nico. 3 MBR cars stacked up nose to tail right here. Second, third, and fourth. So we got the 96, the 25, and the 49. That 57, a Nail Clipper Flipper, able to get back out on the track and has moved his way up into the top, almost into the top 5 as he's going around the 25 right now. So Nail Clipper Flipper, after starting 35th, is now up to the 4th position. So awesome job, awesome run today for that 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper, but your leader on the track is still going to be this 71 of Kung Fu Beer. So let's go through your top 10 real quick. Your leader, again, is going to be the number 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Second place will be the 96 of Nico 2588, and battling it out for third is going to be the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. Fourth place probably is going to be that 49 of Jetman. Fifth will be the 25 of JTM 2588. Sixth will be the 799 of Mike Check. Seventh will be the 999 of Deviant. Eighth will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Ninth will be the 40 of Veteran Chaos. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be that 23 of Fuller Than You. So Nail Clipper right now is just powering his way to the front. Not a great qualifying run for him today, but his car is definitely hooked up here for the race as I don't know what KFB Racing put underneath the hood of that car today, but definitely hooked up right now is at 57. As the 25 of JTM able to get around the 96 of Nico, as we're going to see what happens as the race goes on. Again, Nico definitely needs to finish in front of this number 25. If he can, that actually would almost probably tie them for the points lead if the 96 can get back in front of him. But we're going to see what happens with Nico's car, as your leader still is going to be that 71 of Kung Fu Beer. We'll jump up as Eric right now, currently in last place. So Eric going from starting in the 12th position today all the way to the back, kind of like the opposite of what Nail Clipper did. So tough run today right now for the number 80 of Hog Eric. Jumping up through the field. And a familiar sight at the back of the pack will be the 88 right here, battling it out with his teammate and son, the 51 of AJM. Last week's winner, that 30 of Corvette Stingray, currently running in... Where is Corvette running right now? Corvette is in the... I don't know. He's a mysterious place on the track. Oh, he's 26th. There we go. Corvette currently running in 26th on the day. Resemble working his way up from last place right now. Resemble up to the 24th position, going around number 3 of Geek Girl Games for 23rd. Setting his sights on the number 11 of TC Roberts. TC having started 39th. So some of the front runners falling back, as it looks like that 96 of Nico 2588, whatever is going on with his car, they definitely did not have the setup in the second half of the race right now. Actually, it's probably about the middle third of the race, as I'm sure we'll get another round of pit stops. So whatever happened with the 96, the tires or whatever just aren't quite set up correct for him today. As again, your leader is that 71 of Kung Fu Beer, but his teammate, the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper, is pushing hard to get to the back bumper and maybe get his third win on the year. As again, Nail Clipper has 2 wins on the year. 36 points separates him in first place with JTM. So JTM running right now in third place, as Nail Clipper trying to work underneath the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. And I'm sure there's probably no team orders going on here, as Nail Clipper down to the inside right now, battling it out with his teammate and car owner, the 71 of Kung Fu Beer, 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper down to the inside, down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Coming up from 35th position is now going to be your leader, the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. So Flipper with a fantastic, fantastic car today, as the 10 of It's Some Alien is stopped on the track. So Alien stopped on the track right now. And it looks like he is into the pits. So your leader's the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. Working underneath that 25 is going to be the 999 and the 799. Get that freight train moving. Get underneath the points leader. Every single position, every single point helps right now, as while these guys aren't in the top 10 in points except for the 57, they definitely want to get around JTM. JTM doesn't want to give up any more positions as of right now. You know, like if I had the points up on my if I had the points system up, I could tell you a little bit more, as it's literally, it will be very, very close at the end between Nail Clipper and JTM if this is the finishing order. So your leader on the track is going to be that 57 and Nail Clipper Flipper. Jumping back through the field, the 96 finally stopped the bleeding, as he has fallen back to 10th position. A couple other top 10 drivers right here. That 07 of Douche Baggins and the 33 is ZWTF. Z currently running 4th in points right now. He also needs to get up there, get some positions, and get in front of that 25. Still in the top 15-ish. Yeah, 17th for right now for that 69 of Arco Creates, the pole sitter. As the 07 of Douche Baggins now caught up to the back of the 96. Nico trying to stay in the 10th position in the top 10 right now, but it doesn't seem like his car has, after that second pit stop, or after that first pit stop, his car just doesn't have what it takes to run up here. I mean, it's not a bad car, but it's not as good as some of these other guys. And DB now underneath the 96 of Nico 2588. This is going to be detrimental to his points, really, because if he had been able to stay up there and stay in front of JTM, possibly could go to the points lead, as the 799 of Mike Check and the 999 of Deviant getting around the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. So Mike Check pushing his way up to the front now. Mike having started in the 14th position, now up to second. So his teammate, the 300 Resembles, up to 20th on the day. 19th now is that 300 of Resemble. So Resemble is moving his way up from 36th to 19th as his teammate and car owner, the 799 on Mike Check, up to second. KFB dropping down right there in front of the 420 at Queen of Hearts as she looks like she's going to try to work underneath him. Here comes the 10 of It's Somalian out of the pits. So an extended 6-lap stay in the pits for the number 10 of It's Somalian. He is going to have those fresh tires, so he should be able to just drive around most of the front runners right now. Not sure what happened. Obviously, he didn't have an engine blow up, so it must have been, you know, it was probably engine electrical issues for the 10 of It's Somalian as he is finally out of the pits. Working down the backstretch, the 799 on Mike Check, still in second place behind the 57 and Nail Clipper Flipper. Currently having led the most laps on the day is going to be the number 20 of, not the number 20. Having led 20 laps will be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Your fastest lap on the day is going to be by the number 40 of Veteran Chaos at 30.089 seconds or 159.561 miles per hour as we've went past halfway. I believe your leader at halfway will have been the 71 of Kung Fu Beer as we've got pit stops going on the track. Pit stops happening right now on the track as I was wondering what happened to KFB, but yeah, we definitely have pit stops. The 57 Nail Clipper Flipper is still going to be your leader. The 10 of It's Somalian working down to his inside. Here comes the 799 and the 999. Those nines right there. Thinking about pitting right here is going to be the 57, the 799, all into the pits. So here it is. This is for all the marbles as the 57, the 799, and the 999 going into the pits. We'll watch these fellers as the 51 of AJM pulls out there in front of the 57. We'll watch the 799 as he's got the farthest to go. Watching these cars next to him. If he can get a good run into his pits as Duber cuts him off. That's going to be a tough break right there for the 799 as right side tires are going on. Right side tires on. Left side, is he just getting rights and gas? Left side tires going on the 799. That is detrimental to his chances right there as Duber cut him off coming out of the pits. Is going to cause him to lose at least one position on the track. As Flipper is out, he's away. Mike Check being shown as your leader right there as the 420 of Queen of Hearts right now in front of the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Flipper cutting back up on the track. Here comes that 420 of Queen of Hearts. Flipper with a great move to cut off that 420 of Queen of Hearts, keep her behind him. It looks like the 420 might be second place right now. Your leader's probably going to be the number 57. As the 71 of Kung Fu Beer down underneath the 420 of Queen of Hearts, battling out for second place. And for the lead is going to be the 51, or the 57, the 71, and the 420. Down into 3 and 4, Nail Clipper is going to be your leader right now. As we again have 3 KFB racing cars in the top 10 with Veteran Chaos moving up to 4th position. So Vet starting 27th right is now up to 4th after pit stops. Looks like Deviant, maybe I was just seeing things. I was like, it looked like he had damage on the back. It's just the shadows. My gosh, KFB Racing is putting on a heck of a show today. So let's go through your top 10. Your leader is going to be the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. Second will be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Third will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. Fourth will be the number 40 of Veteran Chaos. Fifth will be the 999 of Deviant. Sixth will be the 25 of JTM. Seventh will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. 8th will be the 911 of Danny Cybex. 9th will be the 799 of Mike Check. Actually, 9th will be the 42 of Mom Games Hard. And 10th will be, rounding out your top 10, will be the 49 of Jetman. So with 14 laps remaining here, your leader on the track is going to be the 57. And we're going to see what KFB has for him as he's trying to catch back up. A great move by the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper to cut off the 420 at Queen of Hearts and allow himself to stay in the top position. As of right now, no cautions on the day as the 42 of Mom Games Hard's working underneath the 911 of Danny Cybex. So we have 4 KFB racing cars right now in the top 10 with the 57, the 71, the 40, and the 911. Other teammates, the number 1 of Jamal Jackson has fallen back to 39th on the day, and the 619 of Balls Deep is currently in the 35th position. As MGH battling it out with the 911 of Danny Cybex right now, down the front stretch into the tri-oval. MGH going to be able to take away that position from Danny, moving herself up to the 7th position. She'll set her sights on that 25 of JTM, who was really high through the turn right there. As a note, the 96 he's still in 13th. So, and here comes that 300 of Resemble. Resemble now up to the 17th position as we'll see what happens. You know, Jay was up here at the front earlier, but he has definitely fallen back as well. And, I mean, honestly, at this point in the race, it is very, very much Nail Clipper's race as he has come all the way from 35th up to 1st, and his car is just fantastic right now. I'm honestly, I don't think that anybody has anything for him as of right now. We'll see what happens as we have 4 Fords leading this race right now. So the 420 at Queen of Hearts now trying to work underneath the 71 at Kung Fu Beer. This is for 2nd place on the track as Queen now down to the inside through the tri-oval, down into turns 1 and 2. Queen of Hearts working underneath the 71 at Kung Fu Beer, letting off the gas just a little bit through the turn. Beer sliding high through that turn down the backstretch. Here comes a 420 down to the inside of the 71. Down into 3 and 4 they go. Queen of Hearts really battling it out right here with the number 71 at Kung Fu Beer, looking to win. I believe that if Queen of Hearts can get up here, battle it out with the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper, pull off a win here, I believe that would be Aces to Zed's first win of the year, possibly. Looking at it, you know, TC hasn't won. King hasn't won. Fuller hasn't won. Ice Cream hasn't won. And I think that would be Aces to Zed's first win of the year if she can pull it off. With 7 laps remaining, being back 7/10 of a second, I guess we'll find out as the 40 of Veteran Chaos battling it out with his car owner, that number 71 at Kung Fu Beer. So the leader of the most laps right now and for the race will be the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. Nail is going to get those 5 extra bonus points, which will definitely help as he's 36 points behind JTM right now. JTM has fallen back to 11th on the day, so this may put Nail Clipper Flipper as your points leader at the end of this race if he can win this. As the 420 at Queen of Hearts with laps running out has gained about 1/10 of a second on Nail Clipper the last lap as she is desperately trying to catch up to him and possibly challenge for the lead. I don't know if she's got enough laps left to go before that before she'll catch him, as she's around 0.6 of a second behind him. We'll jump back through this field. Just checking over these front runners. Beautiful look at the pace car, as Queen of the Hearts has definitely not caught up to the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. And with 3 laps remaining here, she's trying. She is driving the wheels off that car right now, as she's running a little bit lower line through the turns and trying to catch up to the 57. But laps are winding down right now. Down into 1 and 2. Just watching this 57 drive around this track. Really not a care in the world right now for the 57 and Nail Clipper Flipper, as he's still up by almost half a second on Queen of Hearts, as the 10 of Itsamalian comes into the pits. I believe that's probably for a scheduled pit stop for him, as he's 5 laps down. But that could, do we have the white flag? Now we're going to get the white flag here. So coming down out of turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to take the white flag will be the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. Nail Clipper, your leader here at the Nashville Superspeedway, from 35th up to the point. No contention right now from the 420 at Queen of Hearts. Is going to be the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper down into 3 and 4 for the final time. Out of turn 4, your leader and winner today for the Mooneyes 75 is going to be the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. So a fantastic run today for Nail Clipper and KFB Racing, as Nail is able to drive up from 35th position up to the front and get a win there. And a awesome job. Lead the most laps. Unfortunately, he didn't lead it halfway. That would have been KFB, so KFB will get those halfway points. But 3rd win on the season for the number 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. So let's go through your finishing order. Again, your winner today is going to be the number 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper. 2nd place will be the 420 at Queen of Hearts. 3rd place will be the number 40 of Veteran Chaos. 4th place will be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. 5th will be the 42 of Mom Games Hard. 6th will be the 911 of Danny Cybex. 7th will be the 999 of Deviant. 8th will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. 9th will be the 33 of ZWTF. And rounding out your top 10 will be the number 25 of JTM. So JTM able to get back into the top 10 right there at the end, as he had fallen out within the last couple laps. But we'll go through your points situation in just a moment, as next week we go from Nashville to Kentucky for the Jack Daniels 75. It actually might be the Jack Daniels 60. We'll see what that is. So it's either 60 or 75. But that'll be next week at Kentucky, which we ran at Kansas earlier this year, so which Eric won that race. So next week at Kentucky, looking over what is possibly, there's going to be a change in the points. Nail Clipper will jump Nico, but the question is, and you're going to be seeing these points right here on the screen, and I'm excited to calculate them, and we'll see if Nail Clipper was able to jump over JTM as well. So yeah, I'm excited to calculate those points. And with 4 races remaining to finish this year, it really, again, it is anybody's season. So Congratulations today to the 57 of Nail Clipper Flipper, winning his third race on the year and driving that car from 35th all the way up to first, giving KFB another win for his team. And KFB Racing with a fantastic job today with four drivers in the top 10. So awesome job for KFB Racing. And until next week at Kentucky, take care.